we're spoiled because we are being rewarded without having any real effort. So, you're scrolling on your phone and your dopamine receptors are just going out off the roof, but there's no real effort. So it's like an underlying feeling of anxiety just sitting there, wasting your time. And I know most people feel it because it's like this minimal feeling of anxiety because you're being rewarded without actually putting in any effort for this. And I think that's why it's becoming such a huge issue. And I think social media and all these streaming platforms, like all these choices that we have now, is a major cost of all these issues that we're facing now.
Yeah, I feel sorry for like Gen Z. I
Yeah.
feel like I grew up and reached the end of high school just as mobile phones start to become common. So I was kind of like the last group of kids to miss the social media generation. And
Yeah.
thankfully, because now they've got their whole new struggle where everything is about earning validation and looking for people's approval and all this other stuff, and just like kids don't really play anymore. They just
Hmm.
sit at home on their phones. Whereas when I was younger, I'd always be outside with friends. Um, and yeah, it's just not a good way. It's not a good way of living. And the thing is, with this, even as adults, we sit there and we scroll through our phone, and I think a lot of that um, like frustration and anxiety is that you also in the back of your mind have, you know, that it's not good for you sitting
Hmm.
here looking at your phone, and you know there's things you could be doing to
Hmm.
improve your life, but you're not doing them because of that dopamine addiction. So that causes like a real divide as well of like what feels good but what's actually good for you.
So that's basically addiction because you're sitting there, you know that this is not good for you, but you can't stop yourself from doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. They've made us addicted.
Yeah, and we know it. We all know that this is not healthy. I mean, I guess if you're spending a few minutes on social media, scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, whatever, but then you go outside and actually do something productive, social media could be good for us because it's made us all connected.
Mhm.
That's why I'm able to sit here and speak with you because of the internet. But a lot of people use it just to waste time, and you could use it for good or you could use it for bad, and sometimes you build up bad habits because of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference of using technology and being used by technology.
Hmm.
If you got the discipline to do it, then it's obviously a very useful tool. But of course, most people don't have that discipline.
Hmm.
Um, I at one point when I was really like in the depths of having to recover from anxiety and OCD,
Hmm.
I was basically 24 hours a day. All I was thinking about, right, how can I be happier? How can I be calmer? And I traded out my smartphone for one of those dumb phones, which basically just
Hmm.
texts and calls. And it
Yeah.
was really nice. Like I wasn't being notified every 5 minutes, and my concentration was better. My anxiety really started to lower, and I could sit there and read books for hours on end on like subjects that would improve myself. And then
Hmm.
as I got my business up and running, I thought, okay, I need a smartphone because I need to be able to receive emails and things like
Hmm.
that. Got it. And within a couple of days, it addicted me again. And
Yeah.
I've found now that I've had to like really separate myself from my phone. I just start leaving it upstairs in my bedroom
Hmm.
because I'd be reading a book, just read one page, and then be
Hmm.
like, what did I just read? I can't remember what I read, and I'd have to read it again, and it's just like
Yeah.
my concentration level is just ruined. So
Wow.
now I'm focusing on sorting that out again.
I've actually never thought of that because I mean there was a point that I spent hours on social media, and then when I would read books, I would not have the same concentration. And then as I started using social media less, I was able to concentrate more on what I was reading and actually get myself in the book and actually follow along. So I've actually never thought of that, and that's really interesting that you bring that up.
Yeah, it's quite shocking actually.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there could be other variables, I suppose, why I wasn't able to concentrate, but it seems
Mhm.
like just picking my phone up every now and again, just looking at it all the time was what trained me to
Mhm.
lose concentration skills.
Because it builds up short attention span, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. Yeah, so it's constantly interrupting you. So that's like the whole point of meditation and mindfulness is to learn there, is to just sit there and focus on your breath and just hold your attention in one place.
Mhm.
But it's impossible to do if you're being distracted constantly.
Yeah, and not only that, because there's the fast dopamine hits from scrolling on your phone and getting all these videos as sent to you, or like, on your feed. But it's also what you're seeing and different lifestyles, and it's become a huge thing on teenage girls because they see all these people online, and it makes them feel less because they're they're infatuated by what they see online, and a lot of it is not even real. It's all artificial. So they fall for these tricks, and now that also gives them anxiety because they feel that they're not at this level, and living a certain lifestyle, the lifestyle that they see on social media all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I think I saw it was like teen girls have like doubled the level of suicide in the
Hmm.
last 15 years or something. Yeah, which is just crazy. And yeah, so they sit there and watch all these unattainable standards, but then think that that's reality.
Hmm.
I heard like Kim Kardashian say that I wake up in the morning and take about 450 selfies and then post the best one. And it's like that's the selfie that these girls are comparing themselves to.
That's
It's
crazy.
unbelievable.
That's crazy because I mean, you're basically seeing the best of everyone, uh, and you think that that's just their normal life.
Mm.
And people have spoken about people that are like on television. After all this makeup, I think it was Dr. Phil that I heard him say this, that he goes into the back when he was doing Dr. Phil. I don't think that's around anymore, but back when he was doing his TV show, he would have all this makeup on, be prepared for the TV show, but he would say like, this is not how I actually look in real life. This is
Mm.
all just for film and or for TV. And that's basically what's going on, that you have all these props. There's jets that you could rent, not even functioning jets, just like a stage that you could go and just take photos to upload to so people could see that you're flying private. It's crazy now that everyone's trying to meet these standards that they don't even have. They just want a quick photo to show people that they're living a certain lifestyle that they can't even attain themselves.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty guaranteed way of being unhappy
Hmm.
is if your happiness comes from the validation of other people that
Hmm.
you don't even know. Like
Yeah.
you're just asking for validation for people online. And if you're willing to go out of your way to pretend that you have a private jet, um, and then of course what's gonna happen is that you're gonna beat yourself up by realizing that you don't have a private jet and you're
Yeah.
not good enough. So
Yeah.
it's like you're just going to beat yourself up internally as well,
Hmm.
and no amount of external approval is going to change the way you feel. I I truly believe that happiness comes from within. It's like the
Hmm.
amount of times that I've thought, okay, I'll be happy when I get this, and then I've gone out and got that thing. And
Hmm.
then I've been like, oh, cool, I'm happy for a couple of days. Now I'm like, okay, now I'm still the same person, but just with this thing that I wanted. And it's like, and that's when I went internally when I was real. I was like, wow, I know that like whatever you achieve in this world, not achieve, whatever you manage to gather in this world isn't really going to bring you true happiness. It's like
Hmm.
your internal world which will make you happy.